I'm Vic Nahrin with 63. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm at Leone Beach in Chicago. It's in the part of Chicago known as Rogers Park, and it is a nice brisk day here at the end of December 2024. My friends are right back here. I don't know if you can see them back in the air. Lots of different seagulls are perched here on this little extension into the water, and there's even were a couple on the shore. So not many people out today. There is somebody out. Maybe you can see them if I come around this way. There is somebody back there on a board that's paddling out there, paddleboard. But too cold for me. I would never go into this water. In fact, when it comes to Lake Michigan, you could be at the height of the summer and one of the hottest days, maybe 100 degrees plus, and that water behind me, that is going to be freezing. So, not for the faint of heart. Now, I'm from Chicago. I grew up down in Florida, though, so I've got that Florida sensibility. But that said, there were times growing up where, sure, we swam in the lake, whether we did that here in Illinois or we did that in Michigan. So it just really depends on, I guess, how much you want to have fun. Today, I don't think I want to have that much fun. I'm going to stay out of that water. But it is just an example of what you might want to do on a day that you're 60-free. And so we take that very seriously, trying to make the most out of each day. I'm about 3 miles into a 6 to 8 mile walk today, something we're doing as prep for the Camino de Santiago. So we're hoping to do that this year. Now, it is a Jubilee year in 2025, so it's going to be packed. At least that's my thought. It's going to be really crowded. So whether we decide to do the Camino this year or next year, we still haven't fully decided. I kind of want to do it in the Jubilee year, notwithstanding the crowds, just because it sounds like the thing to do. But either way, we're going to do that. And in preparation, though, you really have to work up to it, because the route we're going to take, which is the Francés, which is, I guess, the most popular walk. There's several different caminos, paths along the Camino de Santiago. When we take that path, it's about a 500-mile walk. And so that's a long time to be walking every day. And so if we average somewhere between 8 to 12 miles a day, some days you might have to walk a little bit further than that. But you want to be ready for it. And it's one thing to be able to walk that one day, but to do that repeatedly, day after day after day along the Santiago, Camino de Santiago, I think that's the challenge. And so I've got my backpack, probably not as heavy as the one I'd have to carry along the Camino, but it's something I'm just sort of doing to get ready. And so I figure if every day I'm doing somewhere between 4 and 8 miles, at least that's conditioning me a bit. And we do have several months until we would go. If we go this coming year in 2025, we are planning that we would probably go in mid-May, toward the end, maybe the last week or two of May. That would take us out until probably the beginning of July to complete the Camino de Santiago. That's if we do it this year, coming. But we do want to be ready. And so I would say whether you're someone who's 60 plus or you're somebody who's 25 plus, if you're not used to that kind of walking, you probably want to prep. Now, we haven't bought our gear yet. We're kind of waiting until we know for sure if we're going this year or the next year. But we want to make sure we buy our shoes early enough to work them in. That's always recommended, that you buy the shoes early enough to where you can wear them for a month or two before you actually go on the trek. Because the last thing you want to be doing is breaking in shoes when you're walking day after day after day on something like that, maybe not knowing if those shoes are going to be a problem. So we want to be able to do that. And then the other thing we want to do is we want to certainly buy the right kind of clothing, things that wash easily but yet are not going to dry quickly, because that's a big consideration. I hear a lot about the merino wool as being something you want to get in terms of socks and maybe shirts and things, because it is a very good, somewhat all-temperature type of fabric that can keep you warm, it can dry quickly, and that's really important, especially with socks, right? If you're wearing things on your feet, you don't want your feet to be moist day after day and cleansing your shoes like that. So we're going to be buying the right kind of gear. In fact, we're going to do some videos about that as we start to accumulate our kit. So that's coming up. But we're excited. I just wanted to share this with you. Now let me just pan around a little bit. You can get a look at here. This is Lake Michigan. And something I'm always amazed, we used to live a bit north of here. We used to live in a community called Glencoe. And that's also right on Lake Michigan. That's the northernmost community on the lake in Cook County, Illinois, which is the county where Chicago is situated. So we had a home there, not on the lake itself, but within walking distance of the lake. And that was a beautiful place to go, that beach. In fact, that beach is a little bit different in the sense that it reminds me a lot more of a European beach, because even though Illinois is really flat as a state, there's a little elevation there. You've got some beautiful stone type of walls and things to really make it look almost as if you're somewhere in Europe. But the lake itself does remind you of the sea. And I know many of you are familiar with the Great Lakes, but I'm always kind of amazed at just how immense the Great Lakes can be. So I thought these guys were kind of cute. I took a couple of pictures of the seagulls behind them, and they've just been very content to sit there, hardly any of them flying around. I don't know if you can get a better look at that guy on the paddleboard right now or not. It's a little bit, for me, it's a little hard to see in my view screen here, but you may see him back there. He just took a tumble a minute ago, missed that, but he's got a suit on, so I think he's going to be okay. But boy, better him than me. All right, well, that's all for today. I just wanted to say hello. I wanted to give you a little idea of what we're doing. We are enjoying the few days we're spending here in Illinois now that the holidays are coming to an end. We do still have New Year's. And then I've got a birthday coming up the 5th of January. But other than that, after that, we're going to be going back down to Florida for a few days. And then from there, wherever the wind takes us. Until the next time, I am Victor Orahan. Goodbye and good luck.